For years, we've all played the exact same game with Google, right? Get to that number one spot, and you get the traffic. It was simple. But that whole game is changing, and it's changing fast. AI is completely rewriting the rules of search, and if you're not adapting, you're pretty much becoming invisible. So we're going to break down exactly how you can get your content featured in this new world of AI search. Okay, let's get into it.
So this is what we're all up against. Over on the left, that's classic Google. You search for premium Japanese whiskeys, and if you're usiki.com, you're number one. You're on top of the world. But on the right, that's today's reality. That AI overview summarizes everything, and it shoves all those traditional links way down the page. And in this case, it leaves that number one result out entirely. Just let that sink in for a second. You can do everything right, be the top-ranked site, and still get zero visibility. It's a whole new ballgame. And you can just feel the frustration in this, right? This quote actually came from a client who was watching competitors. I'm talking about companies with websites that looked like they were built in 1998. Suddenly dominate these new AI searches, while their own really polished brand was just nowhere. It felt like all the rules have been thrown out the window.
So how do we even begin to fight back? Well, the first step isn't to just start changing your website blindly. It's about gathering some intel. You got to find your specific opportunities. The keywords where AI is already talking, but it just isn't talking about you yet.
Yeah, before we can optimize a single thing, we need a target list. The goal here is basically to become a detective. You need to pinpoint exactly where your competitors are getting featured in AI answers and, crucially, where you're not. This little gap analysis, it's the foundation for your entire strategy.
And you know what? Finding these gaps is actually pretty simple. You can use a tool that tracks AI mentions. Just plug in your brand, your main competitors, and let it do all the heavy lifting. The most important part, though, is that third step, applying a filter to see where your competitors are showing up and you are totally absent. That right there, that becomes your hit list. Those are the exact AI keywords you need to go after.
Okay, so once you know what you're targeting, it's time to focus on how you write. You have to start structuring and phrasing your content in a way that makes an AI want to cite you as its source. And that really means being direct, being clear, and being really, really structured. Just look at this contrast here. On the left, you've got that classic, fluffy content. It's creative, maybe, but it kind of wanders around and doesn't give a straight answer. And AI just sees that as noise. But the content on the right? It is direct. It's confident. It gets straight to the point, which is exactly what an AI is looking for to answer a user's question. That's the kind of content that gets the link. This is a massive mental shift for a lot of us. The old days of just cramming keywords into your text, they're over, done. AI overviews are often triggered by conversational, question-based searches. So you have to think about how someone would actually ask a question out loud, like, what's a quick 15-minute workout I can do at home? And then write your content to directly answer that natural language. Your page structure is also ridiculously important. Think of it like this. Using your headings correctly, a single H1 for your title, H2s for the big sections, H3s for the subpoints, it creates a logical roadmap for your page. This helps AI systems instantly understand the layout and pinpoint the exact little snippet that answers a specific question. And hey, here's a super easy win. Just add a summary box right at the very top of your articles. You can call it a TLDR or key takeaways. It really doesn't matter. This gives both humans and AI bots a quick, digestible summary of the main points. And let me tell you, AI systems absolutely love to pull from these sections for their overview answers.
So, you've got the right keywords and your content is written for AI. Awesome. But that's only half the battle. Now we need to talk about the next critical piece of the puzzle. Trust. See, it's not enough to just have great content. AI systems need to see your entire brand as a credible, authoritative source. If they don't trust you, they simply will not cite you.
Seriously, I want you to try this. Go to ChatGPT or whatever AI platform you use and ask this exact question about your own brand. What does it say back? Is it accurate? Is it positive? If you see anything that's wrong or even a little unflattering, you need to jump on that because this is literally how the AI perceives you right now. So how do you take control of that narrative? Well, you have to feed the AI the right information. These large language models, they learn about your business from public profiles like your Google Business Profile, Yelp, and LinkedIn. So your job is to go out and claim every single one of those listings. Make sure every piece of information is consistent and perfectly matches what's on your website.
This is how you literally train the AI to see you correctly. And let's be crystal clear on this one. Reviews are not just some nice-to-have thing anymore. The number of reviews you have and your average star rating have a massive, almost crazy amount of influence on how trustworthy you appear to an AI. Your goal should be to do absolutely everything you can to maintain a high rating across every single platform. This is one of the oldest rules in the SEO book. And guess what? It's just as true for AI. Backlinks are basically votes of confidence. When another reputable website links to you, it acts as this powerful trust signal, telling both users and AI systems that, yeah, you're a legitimate authority in your field. You also have to prove your expertise directly within your content itself. This checklist right here is a brilliant guide for how to do it. You should be citing your sources, including author bios with real credentials, using quotes from other experts, and showing off any awards or certifications you have. Each one of these is another signal to an AI that says, hey, this content comes from a genuine expert. All right, we've covered the what, the how, and the why. But honestly, none of it matters if we can't answer one simple question. Is any of this working? And that brings us to our final step, tracking. You have to measure your results to know if all this hard work is actually paying off. The business legend Peter Drucker said it best. If you're just flying blind without any data, you have no idea what's working, what's not, and where you should be putting your effort. Measurement isn't optional, it's absolutely essential.
So how do you actually do it? Well, in Google Analytics 4, it's just a few quick steps. You'll go to your traffic report, create a filter to look at just referral traffic. That's traffic coming in from other websites. Then you'll paste in this special bit of code called a regular expression. You can just think of it as a magic filter that tells Google, hey, show me only the traffic that's coming from these new AI platforms. It lets you cleanly separate your AI traffic from everything else so you can actually see your results.
So, what happened when the client actually put all of these strategies into practice? A 2,300% increase in AI referral traffic. No, that is not a typo. The results were just dramatic, and it proves this approach really, really works. And this chart just says it all. Before implementing this strategy, the client was showing up for exactly 0 keywords in AI overviews. 0. And afterward, they were being featured for 90 different keywords. They went from being completely invisible to becoming a primary source for the AI. So, the crucial thing to take away from all this is that AI search isn't some trend that's coming in the future. It is happening right now. The game has absolutely changed, but the new rules are learnable, which really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Is your website ready for the age of AI?